So who do I think could beat Meryl Streep's Oscar nomination record? Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the awards contender, Meryl Streep. The amazing, the incomparable Meryl Streep. 21 Oscar nominations to her name. Do I think anyone will ever beat that? Is it possible in the decades to come that someone could overtake her and get 22 plus Oscar nominations in acting? Unlikely, right? Very unlikely, I would say. But there are a few actors who are doing very good work, who are like on the younger side, who could maybe get close. Let's have some fun with this. Talk about the 10 actors I think have the best chance right now in beating that insane Meryl Streep record for nominations. Number 10, Amy Adams. Okay, so she has 6 nominations. Her last nomination was a while ago, 2018 for Vice. I feel like in 2018, 2019, I would have felt better about Amy Adams' chances of getting 15 or more Oscar nominations in her long career. For a while there, she was getting nominated like every other year. I mean, it was almost like clockwork. When she missed for Arrival, that was a red flag. I'm like, really? They're not going to nominate her in Best Actress for that film? And then 2018, she got in for Vice, and I was like, okay, well, she's back on track. But it's been a long time since Vice, and she didn't get in for Night Bitch. Like, she's had a string of bad films that weren't very well received. So I feel like as of this moment, we're just hoping she gets another nomination at some point in the next few years. Like, will she get a 7th nomination? I don't think anyone assumes she's going to make it to 21, but I felt like I had to include Amy Adams, a 2-time co-star with Meryl Streep, In Doubt, and Julie and Julia on this list. Number 9, Viola Davis. Viola Davis, let's be honest, should have more than just 4 Oscar nominations by now. Like, she should have 5 or 6 at minimum. And talking about Meryl Streep, I mean, their careers have been kind of intertwined, like they're both in Doubt. Like, that was Viola Davis's true cinema breakthrough, Doubt. Her first Oscar nomination, that incredible scene she shares with Meryl Streep. And they give each other speeches all the time. It's like they go back and forth, you know? And Viola Davis is so consistently good in one movie after another. It feels like she should be able to get close to Meryl's Oscar nomination record. I don't think it's going to happen. I think she has a few more Oscar nominations, like in her sights, like in her future. I could see Viola Davis getting to 10. Like, easily. I think that could happen over the next 20 to 30 years, but getting to 21, that might be kind of tough. Number 8, Kate Winslet. Kate Winslet, for about a decade, she was getting nominated almost every other year. From 1995 to 2008, she had 6 nominations. She finally won for The Reader. And then it's like after the Academy gave her the award for The Reader, they kind of cooled on her. I mean, some of her projects didn't turn out so well, but she's only received 1 Oscar nomination since The Reader, 2015 supporting actress Steve Jobs. That's the only one. Again, kind of like how I talked about with Amy Adams, if you had asked me in 2008, 2009, could Kate Winslet catch up to Meryl Streep? I'd say maybe, like, it's possible. I don't know if it's some of her career choices or the Academy just not going for some of her work the last 15 years or so. It doesn't look like she's going to make it to 10, let alone 21, but she's still very good. I would love to see Kate Winslet back on the Oscar stage, not just as a nominee, but as a winner. Number 7, Leonardo DiCaprio. DiCaprio is one of only 2 men on this list. Like, I thought about including Denzel Washington on this list. He has 9 Oscar nominations, but he's 70. You know, and it's like, okay, well, even if he's really prolific the next 25 years, I mean, it's kind of impossible in a way for him to make it to 21. DiCaprio is not exactly a youngin' by any means. He only has 6 nominations. You would think he would have like 8 or 9 by now. It's kind of weird. It's only the 6. I mean, speaking of Kate Winslet, she got in for Titanic at the Oscars. DiCaprio famously did not. What DiCaprio does have going for him is that every movie he makes, he is in the running for a Best Actor Oscar nomination. It doesn't even matter what it is. His name is in the conversation, and even if he misses at the end of the day, it's possible for him. His last nomination was for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino. He's probably got another couple Oscar nominations by the end of this decade. I feel like when his run is through, it'll be in the double digits. I do think DiCaprio gets to 10 or more Oscar nominations. He probably has no shot of beating the record of his former co-star Meryl Streep, who he acted with in Don't Look Up and Marvin's Room. I don't think he can catch up to her, but of all of the men working today in the movies who have a few nominations, who could maybe get somewhat close, I do think DiCaprio is one of them. Number 6, Timothée Chalamet. This is the other man on this list. I was like, okay, of all of the younger men in film right now, who could really get a lot of Oscar nominations over the next 50 to 60 years? I do think it's Chalamet. He only has the 2 nominations, Call Me By Your Name, A Complete Unknown. But he does feel like the next DiCaprio in that, especially in the years to come, any major drama he makes, he's going to be in the running for a Best Actor Oscar nomination. He's probably going to win at some point in the next decade. And I do feel like if he's prolific, if he works with the best directors, he keeps making movies one year after another for the next 50 years, Chalamet could totally get to 10, 15, maybe more Oscar nominations. We have to wait and see. He does only have the 2 nominations. I'd feel better about this if he had 4 or 5 at this point, but as of this recording, he is not yet even 30, so he's got a long time if he wants to work in the movies. For the next 50 plus years, he could get a lot of Oscar nominations. Number 5, Michelle Williams. So here's an actress I adore. I have always adored Michelle Williams since her Dawson's Creek days, and you might forget sometimes she has 5 She has 5 Oscar nominations. She's in her mid-40s. She doesn't work in movies all the time. She takes breaks here and there. Sometimes she does television. So I don't know if Michelle Williams will be actively working in films for the next 40 plus years. That might not be the case. But because she got 5 nominations in just 20 years, I feel like she makes good choices, she works with good directors, she picks really interesting characters and projects. If she continues to do that, I could definitely see her getting double-digit Oscar nominations. Hopefully she gets a win at some point, right? I hope Michelle Williams wins an Academy Award. And if she continues working long into her 70s and 80s in the movies, watch out for Michelle Williams. Her number of Oscar nominations by the time we reach the end of her career might be a higher number than you think. Number 4, Cate Blanchett. So if Blanchett was just 20 years younger, if she was in her mid-30s, I'd say she might have the best shots. She's got 8 nominations to this day. She gets nominated every few years. She has a good mix of different kinds of performances. She never has a really long stretch of time between nominations. It's usually at most 6 or 7 years. Sometimes it's much shorter spans of time between nominations. She got nominated twice in 1 year for 2007, and Tar was her 8th nomination, 2022. I feel like Cate Blanchett easily has another 6 plus Oscar nominations. She only has 13 to go. There's only 13 more. She's 56 as of this recording. So, if she gets nominated every other year for the next 30 years, that's 15 more nominations. That would get her to 23. So it's possible, it could happen. We just need Cate Blanchett to be double nominated a few years in a row, 2029, 2030, 2031, maybe each of those 3 years. She gets a nomination in both Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. And then Meryl, she will be sweating it. She'll be holy shit, Cate Blanchett is breathing down my neck. Number 3, Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence, man, that run from 2010 to 2015, she got 4 nominations in just a few short years. She was so young, in her 20s, and it seemed like, man, by the time Jennifer Lawrence turns 40, she might have like 10 nominations. That's totally possible, and if that were the case, she would just keep building and building in her chances to reach Meryl Streep. Now, sadly, she has not, as of this recording, been nominated for an Oscar since Joy in 2015. It has been a decade, and it hasn't happened. She hasn't really even come close to a nomination. Like, you couldn't even argue there was one in between there, where it was like, oh, well, obviously she should have gotten in for that. It didn't really happen, so in some ways, we're all just in search for Jennifer Lawrence's 5th nomination. I don't think anyone has 21 Oscar nominations, like, on their radar for Jennifer Lawrence. But because she is still pretty young, she works with great directors pretty much every year, if not every other year. She's got a film that's like in the conversation to maybe be an Oscar contender. As long as Jennifer Lawrence keeps working, keeps acting in films for the next 50 years, she's definitely getting to 10 to 15 Oscar nominations, I do think. Can she get to 21? I mean, I think she has a better shot than most of the other people I've talked about so far in this video. I think because of her age, because of her talent, because of her incredible taste in material, I feel like in the next few years, we're going to get more Jennifer Lawrence Oscar nominations. I'm excited to see what she gets in for next, because the time for Jennifer Lawrence at the Oscars, I still feel at this moment, is only just beginning. Number 2, Saoirse Ronan. So to be honest, I thought about putting Saoirse Ronan at number 1. I would have done it. I would have absolutely put her at number 1 if she had been double nominated a few months ago at the Oscars for both The Outrun and Blitz. As some of us were predicting throughout 2024, we thought that could happen. If she was 30 years old right now and had 6 Oscar nominations to her name, I would have put her at number 1 because she missed for both of those movies. Especially The Outrun, she was so freaking great in that movie, and she couldn't get into the Oscars for that. That does give me some concern about Saoirse Ronan's Oscar chances moving forward. But man, she is so talented almost every year. She's in something that could be an Oscar movie. She's still doing great work. She's only 30. She got those 3 Oscar nominations almost back to back in the 2010s, right? 2015 Brooklyn, 2017 Lady Bird, 2019 Little Women. She was on fire during that period. It's been a few years since that 4th nomination. She was also nominated, of course, for Atonement when she was younger in 2007. I feel like we've got lots more Oscar nominations for Saoirse Ronan down the pike, even though she did miss for The Outrun and Blitz. It was a bummer. I do think Saoirse Ronan by now should have a 5th nomination. I think she's deserving of that. I do think it's coming because she's only 30. Has many more decades potentially in the movie business, making all kinds of films with wonderful directors, great stories about women. I feel like she easily gets to 12, if not more, Oscar nominations in her long career. Can she make it to 21? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. There's really, for me, only one person I feel like it could happen. Like, if she gets really lucky, keeps working with the best directors year after year, is prolific, acting her heart out in a variety of movies, long into her 70s, 80s, her 90s. It is possible, I think. It's possible she could beat Meryl Streep's Oscar record. My number 1 choice is Emma Stone. She is the only one, I think. When I think seriously about this, could someone else actually get to 21 Oscar nominations? It's Emma Stone for me. I don't know how you feel about that. I think if there's anyone who could do it, it's Stone. She only has 4 Oscar nominations. I would feel better if she had closer to 6 at this point. She's in her mid-30s. She's not like she's 27 or something. She's not where Saoirse Ronan was on her 4th nomination for Little Women. I mean, she was 24, 25, and she had 4 nominations? She's not in that category, so it's very unlikely. I'm not saying Emma Stone is going to pull it off, But in some ways, I feel like Emma Stone has the ability to go the distance if she continues working prolifically in films for the next 50 plus years, and she keeps doing amazing work. I feel like at this point with Emma Stone, every other year or so, we're kind of looking to her as maybe getting an Oscar nomination for Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress. She is in that league of actors now, a very small group of people where every time they make a new movie, we are thinking Oscar potential. We have to see the film first, right? I mean, we all saw Kinds of Kindness and we were like, oh, that's not going to be an Oscar movie. Emma Stone is not getting in for that. But because of the high caliber of directors she works with year to year, she continues to be pretty prolific. I mean, she's not in a movie every year, but most years she's in something. And I do feel like the next few decades for Emma Stone in the movies is going to be very exciting. I could see her getting another couple Oscar nominations by the end of the 2020s. And if she continues doing phenomenal work over the course of many decades, I could see her getting to 15 nominations, maybe 17, 19, maybe 21. It is possible, I think, when it comes to Emma Stone. But as we reach the end of this video, let's be honest with ourselves. Who is the one actor who can beat Meryl Streep's Oscar record of 21 nominations? It's Meryl Streep, of course. She's the only one, right? I could see Meryl Streep if she ever comes back to the movies. It has been a long dry spell, right? Like, she's been in Only Murders in the Building, but like, we miss you, Meryl, in films. I guess she's making The Devil Wears Prada 2. I think that's officially happening, so we will get a new Meryl Streep project in cinemas. Can Meryl Streep beat her record and get a 22nd Oscar nomination? Can she get to 23, 24, 25 or more? Hell yes, she can, and I do think she's going to. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think of my list of the actors who have, like, the best shot, maybe, of reaching Meryl Streep's Oscar record? Is there anyone I left off the list? I'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.